Judiciary, along with House Ways and Means. You guys just subpoenaed 2 IRS agents and 2 FBI agents on what they know about the Hunter Biden probe, and David Weiss claiming, and I think in October of last year, he was blocked from bringing charges against Hunter Biden. Who told David Weiss to do that, to not do that?
And that's what we want to know. And we know that it was from the inside, and we know that key people were involved, and that's why they're being subpoenaed, because we've got to dig in and find out the truth. This all smells bad. Frankly, there's so much corruption at so many levels, and the more that we find out, the worse that it gets. And I'm hopeful, and I really believe that it's necessary soon to move to an impeachment inquiry, because all of this work that we've done, just standing alone, is not enough. We have to find out more. The impeachment inquiry will give us the ability to find out more subpoena power, and a more rapid rate.
Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing? Is that going to happen after Labor Day?
I think there's a real chance. We've got to get some of the members that are a little resistant or a little worried about it. This is not even an impeachment, but it's the inquiry. It's about time that we not be weak-kneed, that we be strong, and that we move forward. And I think that there is a chance, and I promise you there's going to be a very thorough discussion in our caucus about this. Because, and again, I'm going to say the same thing. It is time to move on. It's time to have additional tools to find out the truth, because I think it eventually leads to an impeachment. I hope it does. This president, this FBI director, at every level, Weiss himself, are all in on it, and it's all corrupt. And
what do you think, Margot?
And it hurts America.
Margot, what do you think?
I was thrilled that he said impeachment inquiry. I was about to say, you know, the subpoenas are great, but we're way past that. And as he said, we don't just need an impeachment inquiry on the president. We need one on U.S. Attorney Weiss. We need one on Garland. We need one on the FBI director. Again, not necessarily impeachment, but we have to find out what was going on and who was the one who was putting the brakes on this investigation.
Yeah, we got Ways and Means Chair Jason Smith, Jim Jordan, Judiciary Chair, saying Americans deserve to know the truth. Especially, they're saying Attorney General Garland appointed David Weiss, the same U.S. attorney, he's now special counsel, oversaw Hunter Biden's sweetheart plea deal, giving him immunity from future felonies. Weiss dragging his feet for 5 years, botching the investigation into Hunter's alleged tax crimes. Let's listen to senior legal analyst Eli Honig over at CNN on this. Watch this.
First, we had basically 5 years of behind-the-scenes investigation with no transparency, no action, and some questions being asked, what's taken so long? But in the last couple months, we've seen a pattern here. DOJ moves towards a very lenient disposition. They're just about to lock in that lenient disposition, and then there arises pressure, either through whistleblower testimony or through public scrutiny, and then DOJ backs off and says, actually, we're not going to do that now that it's been called out. We're going to try to up it a little bit. So if I'm in David Weiss's shoes here, heaven help me, I would just say, look, we're charging everything we have. We're not in position to make a deal. It'll go to trial, and we'll let the jury decide this. I think that's the only way to restore any credibility to this matter.
Yeah, he's talking about the Hunter Biden tax evasion case, you know, and the gun charge. Congressman, what is your sense? Did Joe Biden tell AG Garland, who then told David Weiss, to stand down? Or was it just dog whistles?
Now, you know, we don't have the absolute proof of that yet, but that's what we need to really find out. I mean, it's all so obvious. I mean, it's so obvious that for 20 times when Hunter Biden was involved with Burisma and other issues as well, that Joe Biden was right there. He was part of it. They've made money off of it. The accounts are there. There's a lot here to really, there's so much to unfold. I'm going to say it in a very simple way, and I'm sorry, I'm a very direct person. These are corrupt, bad people doing bad things. And Margot's 100% right. We just can't keep having investigations and hearings. Those are good. That gave us the information and the American people, those that are following it, the information. But we've got to move on now to something with more power.
What do you think, Margot? Because now we're seeing reports that, you know, House Oversight Chair Comer is saying that there's witness intimidation, meaning that Hunter Biden's lawyers, according to the New York Times, have been lobbying and pressuring the Justice Department to crack down on IRS whistleblowers Joseph Ziegler and Gary Shapley for blowing the whistle on the foot dragging going on in this case.
Right, and that's actually been going on for some time. What we've learned, though, recently is that that's not all Hunter Biden's attorneys have been doing. They were saying to Weiss, you know, you don't want the president to testify. They were contacting DOJ headquarters to try to get somebody to intervene. And before that sweetheart deal that they gave them, they had an even sweeter one that came after someone from DOJ headquarters sat down with Weiss and Hunter Biden's attorneys. We are long past talk, and this investigation, the impeachment inquiry, has to start.
Yeah, you're talking about the sweetheart deal where they would have dropped all of the charges until the IRS whistleblower stepped in and said, wait a second, there's political meddling in this case. We got Congressman Van Drew and Margot Cleveland on the stick there. We'll have you back on again soon. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got this scary new report from the New York Times. A record number of near collisions of U.S. airplanes at U.S. airports, way more